Hi, my name is Jack McCaffrey. I enjoy collecting toys, making videos, and making videos about collecting toys. So, when I was young, around the age of 3, my grandfather kind of just bought me wooden Thomas trains, and that's where the whole thing of wanting to collect came from. I was just really into completing collections and having as much as I can, and that's where this whole kind of deal came from, and even today, that still hasn't even stopped. Around the ages of 6 and 7 later on, more things started to catch my eyes. I would still collect things like Thomas trains, but more stuff just started to get me interested, but I still loved collecting things because completing collections was what I did. So things like Ben 10 toys would catch my eye, and then I kind of just started collecting that. And again, to this day, it's still something that I will still try my hardest at to complete the collection. A little later on, there was something that really caught my interest, and to this day has been the biggest thing to stick, and that is the world of Transformers. When I was in about 2nd grade and one of those live action movies came out, I was a little kid, just like everyone else, who really enjoyed it, and it's something that I bought one, and then it turned into something huge, and to this day it is my biggest passion and love, and something that I really enjoy. Unfortunately, liking things like Ben 10 and Transformers was something I was never that proud of. I would kind of hide it from people in school, even at the grades of 3rd and 4th. I was never really too proud of it, and I guess I thought some people thought it was lame or childish, but I would just never really share it except with my close friends. Although I was embarrassed of what I did, it was my toys and my collections that really took me away from everything and made me happy. Playing with my toys and collecting them and seeing collections grow that I owned was just something that was always exciting for me to get new things and just have fun with it and escape from the world. While I was collecting Transformers, I would get curious about them, and when I was on the internet, which I didn't really know how to use that well, I would search up the name of the toys I owned by pretty much looking at the packaging and typing in what I saw. And it wasn't until one day I found something on YouTube that was titled a Transformer Review, and I didn't really know what it was, so I clicked on it. And it was a video by a user named SSJ Autobot, and he made videos of the toys I owned, which was pretty cool that someone else had these and knew about them, and just talked about them on camera for a really long time. But the videos were really interesting, and to me, I thought they were tutorials on how to transform the toys that I owned, not really reviewing the item, so then I really wanted to try my hand at it because of how much I started to watch these videos and really love them. As I started to watch more of these videos, they just started to really intrigue me, and I thought this concept of making videos about these toys was just awesome, even though I didn't understand what the heck they were. And I really wanted to do it, even though I didn't know how to do it. So I figured I would try my hand at it just because it looked like so much fun. So around 2008, 2009, I took this really cruddy digital camera and decided to make a video and put them on YouTube. They were really bad. I didn't really know how to make them, and I thought the video was showing you how to transform a transformer. That's not really what it was. It was supposed to be reviewing the item for people to watch and decide maybe I won't buy this or maybe I will. But I didn't really understand that, and after only making 4 videos and not really understanding how to do it, I kind of forgot about it for a while.
Hi, today I'm going to be presenting Autobot Jazz from robot mode to car mode.
I may have forgotten about this whole video thing for a while, but that doesn't mean I stopped collecting or watching it. I kept watching these reviews online for a really long time, and, well, I still do today, and one of my favorite users is a guy named Optibotamus, who taught me a lot just by watching his videos about how you do these things and what you talk about. So over the years, I really learned what a toy review was, and I kind of just watched those for years and years to come, and I wanted to do them so much but never really had a camera or an editing software that I would kind of just sit in my basement with no camera and just review it for myself because of how much fun it was talking about a toy. Pretty recently, 2 years ago in January of 2013, I was kind of sitting here in my basement doing one of those fake reviews, as I would call it, and I was sitting there with my iPad, and I figured, well, iPads have cameras on them, and I could take video, so why don't I make one of these reviews just for myself to watch and kind of see how it would turn out. So I took my camera on my iPad, and I took, actually, this guy right here, Transformers Animated Jazz, and I decided I would try and make a video on him, and I did, because it's who was sitting in front of me, and for about 20 minutes I just talked about the toy, and it was really fun. And then when I decided to play back the video, it wasn't exactly the most interesting thing. There was voices from my house going on in the background, I didn't really know what I was talking about, my lighting was awful, but nevertheless, I kept it just for myself to watch. I then started to think, well, I could upload this to YouTube if I wanted to. I don't really need to know how to do this anymore, and I was a lot older, so I figured, I think I can figure this out. I downloaded iMovie on my iPad, and I put all the clips in, and I did my best to cut them up and see what I could do, because at this point I knew nothing about editing. And the final product was 2 15-minute long videos, and at this point I wasn't allowed to upload anything over 50 minutes on YouTube, so I uploaded the review in 2 parts, and that was kind of the start of my YouTube channel known as Pixar Prime 10.
But overall, very nice figure. I think it's a great looking figure. There, he's... Whoa, why did it get all dark all of a sudden? That was weird.
So once I started to get more and more into this YouTube thing, I got more noticed by actual famous people, like those ones that I mentioned before that would make those, well, back then they weren't good quality videos, but now they're some of the most popular people on YouTube doing this kind of stuff. And I started to get, not noticed by them, but they kind of know who I am, and I became friends with a really popular reviewer named Mitch Santona, and he just became really nice to me and just inspired me to do this more and more. And whether or not people liked me, I kept doing it because it was fun for me. And one of my biggest fears about the channel that I owned was someone not in my family or something, but someone I knew personally, like in school, would find out. That was my biggest fear. I didn't need anyone in my school finding out because I was afraid of the judgment that I was going to face. But it wasn't until like a year and a half into doing this that someone in my school found my channel just by me being logged in on my computer at school and just seeing my name of the channel, and texted me the following day like, hey, I found your YouTube videos. And at first I was like really upset about it, but then they said they're really good. And I was like, oh wow, I guess if people like them, then it's not that big of a deal. And eventually more people found out, and more people told other people, and a lot of my really close friends and a lot of people in my school now know about this. And I just actually kind of thought that it was pretty darn cool that no one at all judged me, and they all said that the videos were pretty cool, and now they all look forward to my future uploads.
And then the horns, and then his mouth. This part's made of a soft rubber. And speaking of the mouth, the head is a very wonderful sculpt. I really do enjoy it. I love the blue eyes and the teeth, the opening mouth, the horns, and the red on there. It really, really does bring out some nice detail and make it look fantastic.
Even collecting Transformers, even though that hasn't stopped, collecting other things has started. There's a couple other things that I really enjoy collecting, such as video games. Video games, aside from making videos and collecting these things, is one of my other most big passions. I love it. Video games, stuff from Nintendo, basically. I'm a Nintendo fanboy, but I also love things like Sonic and Mega Man, and I even collect things that are video game related and toy related, such as the new Amiibo figures. So, collecting, making videos, playing video games, all stuff that just really makes me happy. So in general, I can really honestly say that collecting toys and making YouTube videos has become one of the highlights of my life, and uploading that really, really bad quality video 2 years ago was one of the best decisions that I've ever made in my life.